I'm joined today by Colin Morrissey. He's a senior from Omaha. Colin captured the GPAC individual cross-country title on Saturday with a time of 25:08 in the 8K. Colin, how good does that sound to hear your name in the same sentence as GPAC individual title?
Well, I mean, for me, I had a summer where I couldn't run. I had tendonitis and shin splints, and every day in the summer, despite being frustrated and disappointed, I even questioned why I keep on coming back after injury, and the whole roller coaster of being injured, then coming back and rising to the top with the top runners and everything. So I mean, through the frustration and everything, in the back of my head, I was thinking, well, I'm doing this for the team and for hopefully showing up at conference and putting together a good race. And to me, I was just happy to run, and whatever happened at conference was, what was going to happen. And I thought I could put together, I was getting in shape the past 6 weeks, and just put together a good race. So
because of the injuries you dealt with, like you said, you missed the first couple meets. You hadn't been Concordia's front runner in the previous two competitions. Did you enter the GPAC championships with that expectation that you would win the race?
I think it helps to always never to count yourself out, and I was just looking to do the best that I could to help the team. I mean, we had a close. We were gonna be close with Morningside, so we needed all the points we could get, and I felt like I was getting more and more in shape as the season progressed. The first race, the day after the first race, which was 2 weeks after when I initially began training, I was just so sore after that race, and then the next one got a little bit easier, and then this past 2 weeks I felt like I was in shape, and I had a chance. But I think it's to never count yourself out, and sometimes you just have to run with guts. Anyway, you're not in shape.
Tell me about the moment you realized that you were going to win the race. What's that feeling like?
Actually, I just felt like I was running away the entire race. I remember I was with a Wesleyan runner with 1.5 miles to go, and I never looked back. I mean, but I could hear people behind me, and I could hear people cheering, so I knew they were close. And then I remember with, I don't know, like 0.8 miles to go, coach saying how far to go, and I was like, Coach, I don't care how far I have to go. How close are they from behind me? And he said 30 meters, and I was like, well, I don't know if they can catch me or not, because I don't have the speed yet. So I just never looked back, and I just kept on running. And so I don't think I ever at any point thought I had it secure until maybe a couple feet before the finish line. So yeah, but after I crossed the finish line, it was pretty unreal.
Last season, the men's team had a kind of a disappointing finish and didn't make the national championships. So how big of a thrill was it to take the team GPAC title and clinch that berth to the national championships?
For our program, I think we first look towards the conference, and then we worry about nationals. And our conference is a tough conference to win. I mean, the past couple of years, I'm a fifth-year senior. We've had some close calls with Nebraska Wesleyan, and so winning the conference is huge. And just to do it as a senior, a fifth-year senior, is huge.
You guys came up big, obviously, on Saturday. I don't think most people would have considered Concordia to be the favorite, maybe to win. Considering that, I mean, it had to be a pretty awesome experience riding back to Seward after that.
Yeah, I think we were close with Morningside all season. We raced each other, I think, 3 or 4 times. So, I mean, we thought we knew we had to run good in order to win, and we put ourselves in position to win, and just carried through. We took it easy through the first 2 miles, and then, we decided then to put it in gear and throw in some surges, and it really depended on our 4th and 5th runner. We had a solid front 3 runners with Ben and Hayden and me, but even I was worried about my own self because I didn't know how in shape I was. So, yeah, I mean, it was quite the accomplishment for the team.
Last time you were at the national championships, you had a time of 27:02 in 2010. Obviously, you've improved since then. What expectations do you have for yourself?
I've historically never ran that well at the national cross-country race. Even when we were nationals runners-up in, I think, 2009, I didn't have a good race then either. It may be how muddy and rainy the course is, or just thinking I'm not as good as the top runners. And really, I think it really just comes down to how bad you want it, and believing that you can, and just doing it. And I think the last time I was there, I thought I had to run out fast from the start, which you do. You don't want to get bogged down in the mud and everything. But I think if I keep it under control and everything, and I'm going to get more in shape these next 2 weeks, because that'll be 8 weeks that I've had. But I really hope to get All-American. I believe that's top 35. I've never gotten All-American, so that's kind of the goal.
You mentioned as a team ranked 13th in the country now. In 2009 it was a runner-up finish. What's it going to take for this team to get back up close to the top nationally?
Well, it was kind of a disappointment that we didn't make it to the nationals last year. A lot of those guys didn't get to experience running at nationals, and I myself have ran there twice, and I think this third time around, third time's a charm, but it's really important to be there and see the competition and actually do it. And when we were runners up that year, we felt like we had a good team coming in, but we still had the race, race the race and, see what happens. And I think it just comes down to, due to our lack of experience, we just got to, talk about the race and how we're going to run it, and just put together a good race.
Coach Einspar has helped build both of the men's and women's cross-country programs into programs that are really highly respected across the nation. How much pride do you and your teammates take in maintaining that tradition?
Yeah, I mean that's part of the reason I came to Concordia, is because historically we have been a winning program, and every year it first goes winning the conference. That's the first goal, and then whatever happens at nationals happens. But keeping the tradition going and competing for conference titles is what we're all about.
You've been teaching at Seward High School, you said.
Yeah.
So what has that experience been like for you?
Yeah, I've the first quarter I taught in the resource room, special education, with Miss Core down at the Seward High School, and I absolutely loved that experience, and it gave me confidence that that's something I want to do once I graduate. And right now I'm doing world history the second quarter, because I'm also a social science endorsement, and that's going well too. And it's different from the special education setting, and that there's more students. Classroom management's more of an issue, but I'm loving the experience that I'm having, and just really confident for the future and how that's working out. It's kind of tough coming back, to practices after that, because Seward High School doesn't get out until 3:37, so I'm often in a rush to get to practice and hopefully catch them before they start running. I usually get to practice about 4 o'clock, and actual practice starts at 3:30, so it's kind of difficult, but just managing both, it's possible.
And what inspired you to choose teaching as a career?
I think what inspired me to choose teaching is I saw my high school coach, and I really looked up to him, and it looked like he was having a great time, and I saw myself having never working a day in my life if I did the same thing as he did. So it looked like something that I would like to do, and probably teaching, and then coaching is really my passion. Running.
Mm-hmm. With your time winding down here, what do you think you'll remember most about being a student athlete here?
Just going to practice every day, and of course, the injuries and coming back, but just the good times in practice, and being a team and all that comes with it. I don't know what I would have done if I wouldn't have done athletics in college. It would have been really boring, and I don't know how I would have gotten through some days.